everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to be doing my Ipsy try-on video. So it's going to include my Ipsy Glam bag, my Ipsy Glam bag Plus, and my Ipsy Ultimate, but I accidentally threw the box away, so I just have these two here. So today you will see me try on all of the fun things that I received in the Ipsy Glam bags for February 2020. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Normally I do a lot of different subscription box unboxing videos here, from home decor, fashion, beauty, bath, food, and everything in between. But this year I've also started to try to do some try-on videos for my Ipsy and BoxyCharm videos. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe, and let's go ahead and jump into the Ipsy try-on. All right, so I have 9 different things to try on today, and I'm gonna go in order of a full face. So I've already moisturized, and I'm gonna just go ahead and get my hair out of my way. I got this little headband from Facetree, who is a skincare subscription. So there we go, get that out of my face. It's really cute, actually. I just got this the other day, but the ears are gonna probably be cut off in frame. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. One thing I'd like to mention before I get into playing with this makeup is I am a regular, normal girl doing makeup. I'm not a beauty guru. I do not aspire to be a beauty guru. I'm not trying to be a beauty guru. This is just a normal girl doing her makeup. So if the techniques are off, if I'm doing things wrong, it's because I'm a normal girl. So be kind in the comments. Feel free to give me new suggestions, but be kind. I'm here to just show you how a normal girl plays with makeup and how a normal girl can use these products. So the first thing that I am going to try on is this IT Cosmetics primer, and I received this in my regular $12 glam bag, and this is just a primer, oil-free, all-day grip technology. So let's go ahead and get that on. This is something that I apply with my fingers. Oh, okay. There's like literally nothing in this tube when I'm squeezing, and I just put a lot on my finger. I think that that's way too much, but whatever. All right, so it's sinking into my skin. It's actually somewhat moisturizing, which I like oil-free primers. It doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel amazing. It's not super tacky, but it does seem a little smoothing. Now I do have this horrible thing in the middle of my face, so I'm curious to see how that's going to end up at the end of this. But the next thing that I'm going to try on is the Wander Beauty foundation, and I got this in my Glam Bag Plus, and this is in the shade Fair. I'm not 100% sure whether or not this is my shade. Sometimes with the lighting, this stuff doesn't show up as great on my skin, so if it's not showing accurately, I'll try to do a separate clip at the end showing the way that it looks. And I'd also like to show you what it looks like at the end of the day, since we are trying a foundation, and I have oily skin, so by the end of the day, foundation really can look different from the beginning of the day with me. All right, so automatically, this is different than what I thought it was going to be. So it does have a, I don't want to get foundation everywhere, which I just got it all over the table in my pants, but it does have a doe foot applicator. Let me wipe up and then let's get this on my face. All right, so it's always hard to tell how much foundation you're going to need when you're trying a new foundation. I'm thinking that this is a little bit dark for me, but I think it's something that I can probably get away with. So I'm gonna do a big no-no, and I'm gonna use my fingers first to put the foundation around my face, and then after that, I'm gonna go in with a beauty sponge. This is the way that I like to do it. I know it's not the way you're supposed to do it, but I feel like I waste less product when I do it that way, so here we go. If you don't like this, just skip forward. So this is what the foundation looks like on with no powder. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything, which is what I prefer in a foundation. The coverage, I'd say, is probably medium. It's definitely not full, but you can see it on the face. This is not 100% my shade, but I'm not gonna blend into my neck on purpose today because I want to see how it looks in like true lighting in comparison to my actual skin tone. But I do think that even without blending into my neck, it's not like the most noticeable thing in the world, and that this is fairly close. I think it's just a little bit more on the yellow side rather than the pink side, which is where my skin tone tends to land. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply powder, and what I'm going to use with this is the Beauty Crop Pineapple powder brush in F203, and I received this in my regular glam bag. This is not normally what I would use for powder, but I'm going to give it a try. All right, so I'm using my Jeffree Star powder in the shade Rose, and I'm just going to go in and powder my face. All right, so don't love the brush for that kind of powder just because of the shape, and some of the foundation did kind of come off on the brush as I was using it. This is probably, I would use this brush more for the under eye. I'm not gonna do anything with my under eye because normally I don't touch my under eye with concealer. I don't touch it with powder. It just tends to get creasy and gross throughout the day if I do it. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong, but today I'm not going to do that because that's not my normal routine. And then we're gonna move over to bronzer. I don't have a bronzer, powder, blush, any of that, but I do have these brushes from LaRousse that I received in my Ipsy Glam bag Ultimate. No, I received these in my Ipsy Glam bag Plus. This is a foundation brush. I didn't use it because I wanted to test the foundation the way that I do my foundation, and I don't use brushes, but I will go in and use the bronzer brush, and then the other brushes I will use for my eyes later. But let's go in and try this for bronzer. Bronzer that I'm using today is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and we're just gonna go in with this brush, which is the LR334 Angled Contour Brush. Now this does feel very firm, so I'm gonna have to be careful or I'm gonna have a brown streak on my face. So this brush is very firm. I think it would be better for like really angled contouring rather than like a bronzer like what I'm doing. This Complex Culture brush that we got in a different box, I prefer more, and I'm just gonna kind of blend out what I did because I don't love the way that this brush did it, but if I was going for like precision chisel contour, I think that this would be a great brush. All right, so that is my face done. I did add blush and highlight to it. I added the Alamar Cosmetics Blush Trio and then the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Ice Cold for the highlight, in case you were wondering. And now we're going to move on to eyes. So I did receive a palette, and this is what I chose for my Ipsy Glam Bag Ultimate. You got to choose from different things, and this was one of the few palettes you could choose from. This is the Makeup Geek palette in Champagne and Rose, and these are the shades that I'll be playing around with today, and I'll walk you through how I do that. But I do also have brushes to try. So the LaRousse set had 3 more eye brushes. This one could be like a concealer brush too if you wanted to, but I'll see if I can use it for the eyes. And then also from Shayna B Miami, I received a set of eye brushes in the Ultimate to go with the palette. So this is what that set of eye brushes looks like. So I'm gonna try to stick to these, how many is this? 9 brushes to do my eyes. We'll see how that goes. If I do need to pull in a different brush, then I will, and I'll let you know, but we're gonna go ahead and use these on my eyes. So the brushes don't have numbers on them for the Shayna B, but they do have 9. They do have names. So this is the eye crease brush, and I think that this one is what I'm gonna use for my crease. There's also this one that says blending. You could also use this to blend it in, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with the shade Rose here and put that kind of, not necessarily all over my lid, but all over the crease of my eye. Also, if you see me looking down, it's because my mirror is down here. All right, so I'm blending a little bit of the top out because on this eye I went up a little bit too high, but I now have just Rose, oh, it's Rose in on my like corners, and then I brought it under my eye line a little bit. I personally like to bring the shadow under my eyes when I'm doing a bigger, brighter look. Let's see, where do I want to go next? So now I want to deepen the crease with the shade Berries right there. And I think I'm gonna darken it even further, but we're gonna start with Berries. And I'm just gonna go in with the same eye crease brush. All right, I've now deepened my crease. My blending is not the best. It will never be. I will never be completely blended. That's just the life of a normal girl doing makeup. I just don't have that kind of time. But so now Berry is in there. I am going to blend it a little bit though, just to make it look a little bit less scary. And then we are gonna go in with an even darker shade just to deepen it a little bit more. If you're more into the natural stuff, then you don't have to do this step. I'm gonna take a different brush this time. I'm gonna take one from the LaRousse set, and this is the LR110 shadow brush, and I'm just gonna bring this in. This is a little bit denser, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Merlot. You could go in with the shade Wine Barrel as well if you don't want it as dark, but I wanna go dark today. So I'm just focusing this really just in the crease and not blending it out as much, just to really deepen the look. Also, I don't think I'm gonna bring the Merlot shade down under. I did with the Berries just to kind of deepen underneath, but I'm just gonna leave this right in the crease there. I'm gonna blend a little bit, and then we'll move on to some shimmers. So I'm leaning really towards this champagne color here, which has a pink with like a kind of yellowy green reflect. I'm gonna put that all over my lid. I'm using the concealer brush from Shayna B to do that. All right, it's not like the shiniest, it's not the most pigmented. I might go in with my fingers, but I'm gonna finish using the brush first, and then I might go in with my finger and pat it on to see if it gets a little bit more shimmery. Going in with my finger, coming off of my finger pretty well. It's not really adding anything, and actually it made my eye look a little more pink than it did kind of that yellow brightening, at least on that eye. So I'm not going to go back in with my finger. I don't think that that really added a whole lot to the look. If you wanted it to be even lighter than this shade down here, which is Bubbly, would be great, but I am going to take the shade Sweet Cream and bring that into my inner corner. And I think I'm going to do that with the smudge brush. I like a denser brush. Normally I'd like it a little bit more pointed, but I'm going to go in with this brush just to kind of pack in this color. I may mix in a little bit of the Bubbly just because this is more of a matte and this is a little bit of shimmer, so I may add a little bit of shimmer to it. Yeah, that's a very matte color, so it's like it's showing up, but it's more like concealing than it is brightening. So I'm gonna go into this Bubbly shade and add a little bit of shimmer. That didn't add the shimmer that I wanted. I like really bright shimmery inner corners. That didn't really do it, but it does look better mixed like that. So I think that that is me finished with the eyes. So at least with the eyeshadow. So I do have an Il Makiage ink liner in black that I'm going to put on the top of my eyelid, but on the bottom I do actually want to smudge it out. I'm going to take this smudging brush and I'm going to take the Wine Barrel color and just smudge it under, kind of as like eyeliner, but not as dark, if that makes sense. All right, that did not add a whole lot, but it did do a little bit, which is good. So now we'll move on to the Il Makiage liner. I'm gonna be trying to do a wing liner on top, so they might be sisters, not twins, but we'll go ahead and try this out. My technique is not gonna be perfect with this, but I'm just gonna go for it. So this felt tip liner is like, it's a really big felt tip, so I'm a little bit nervous about using this. I feel like I'm gonna clunk around. I'm used to like them being a lot shorter than this one is. So we'll see how it goes. And I am going to do the no-no and touch my face and give myself crow's feet, or whatever they're called, the crow's lines, whatever. I'm gonna give myself those because I just love them, and get this liner on. All right, one on. That wasn't too bad. We'll see how it goes on the other eye. I like that this tip is super precise. It actually is nice. Now, after you've used it a little bit, it may not be as precise, so we'll see, but it is good because you can kind of like put the tip down and almost lay it across your eye because it is so long, and then use the fine tip to get the wing right. So let's try it on the other side and see if I have as much luck. All right, so I got the other side on. It wasn't that bad. They don't match, but I don't think it's like, if I went to Target, would somebody notice? No. And that's literally the judgment I use for my makeup. Like, is somebody gonna think I'm insane if I walk out in public with this? No? Okay, good. So this is what the liner looks like on. I don't know if you can really tell. I'll show more footage of this later, of course, but they don't match. They're sisters. We're good. I'm going to pop on some mascara, do my brows, and then let's move to lips because I have 2 lip products to try out. All right, mascara and brows are on, and like I said, now we're going to move to lips. I have 2 lip products. The first one is by Folly Fire, and this is their creamy lipstick. I got this in my Glam Bag Ultimate. This is in the shade Sunset Boulevard. That's not gonna focus. So this is like a lipstick tube. It's a pinky type of color. I'm gonna put this one on first, and then on top of that, I'm gonna add the Half Caked Super Glazed, I think they call this a lip cream. I'm not sure whether this is gonna dry down matte or not, and this is in the shade Slight Work, so I'll put that on top. It may not work, but we're gonna go with it. I wanted to be able to try both because this one, when I swatched it in my unboxing video, was really gloopy, so we'll see how that goes. But let's put this one on first. I don't like to use lip liners. That's way too much work and effort, so we're just going straight in. Oh my god, that's like vibrant. Oh my goodness. All right, so the lip is on. It's really pretty, very vibrant, very bright. There are gonna be limited looks that I would wear this with. I'm more of a neutral type of person, but that's what it looks like on. I mean, it goes with the lip look, but actually because it's a brighter pink, it makes the eye look a little bit more dull and a little bit less like colorful and fun. But let's go ahead, I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this on top and see how this goes. This one just has like a regular lipstick kind of scent, usually cream lipsticks do. This one smells like fruity candy. So let's go in with this. It has this type of applicator on it, just like a flat paddle foot, doe foot. I don't know what it's called. I'm not gonna pretend like I do. So let's go ahead and get this on. All right, so I think that this probably needs to be tried on its own, but for now I'm just wearing it over this lip. It does feel very glossy and adds a nice shine to this lip, but let me remove the lip that I have on and just try this one on and leave that one on the rest of the day. All right, so this is a lip off. I think it stained my lip just a little bit. Actually, I like this color on my lips. So trick, wear this for like a few seconds, take it off, and then you have a pretty pink stained lip. But let's go ahead and put on this lip cream, but it feels like a gloss, so let's see. All right, so on its own, this definitely does have pigment. It feels very much like a gloss. I don't think it's going to drive down matte, but my lips are a little sticky. I don't like sticky gloss, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know if this even is gloss, but it feels like gloss on the lip. So whether it is or not, that's what it feels like. So I'm gonna wear this throughout the day, and then I will check in with you guys later and close the video out just to see primarily how the foundation lasted and if I could stand the lip cream or whatever from Half Cake Super Glaze or not. All right, so real quick before the day goes by, I did want to show you what the makeup looked like in more natural lighting so you could see the eye look just a little bit better with just like the natural lighting from my window. So I will again check back in with you guys later once I've been wearing this a little bit longer to see how it wears, but so far it feels really good. I don't even feel the foundation at all, which is great. So let's see how this lasts. Okay, it is now later in the day. This has been on my face, I don't know, 7-8 hours. I'm not really sure how long it's been on, but if you can tell, there's a lot of oil on my face, so I'm not sure how I feel. I feel like the shade actually works fine. I love the way that it feels on my skin because I can barely feel the foundation at all. I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup, but it is quite oily on my forehead, on my nose, on the top of my cheeks. Now, I didn't use as much powder as I normally do because that powder brush wasn't my favorite, so I'm wondering if maybe that's why. So next time I do wear the foundation, I'm gonna put a lot more powder on top. The lip, I'm not wearing a lip right now. That lip was not working for me. So when I tried to take a sip of my water, it just left a gloopy, like, residue of the gloss or lip cream, whatever it was, behind. So not my favorite. It's fine if you're just gonna wear it for a short period, but if you touch it on anything, it gets there. So if you put your hands near your lips, you get it on it. I got it on a towel that I was using in the bathroom. It was just a mess. So I ended up just taking it off and just leaving my lips bare. I'm gonna keep trying to work with the foundation just because it's the first day I'm wearing it to see how it works. If I end up really liking it, then stay tuned. It might be in a quarterly favorites video. If not, it's just meh for me. But so far, I'm not super mad at it. Anyway, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video.